Hello and welcome. Nioh 3 is finally here. Now, I did do a video for the demo, but unfortunately, I lost half of it, and that half had all the good stuff in it. So I'm gonna see if I can come up with something with the footage I have left over, but in the meantime, I figured I would just start a completely new character and play through the release fresh. And for fun, I decided I would just keep track of how many times I died. I've got a death counter on the screen here, and I just figured it'd be fun to see what that ends up looking like at the end of the run here. Bearing in mind, I'm a pretty haphazard player, right? Like, I'm not particularly cautious, so I think this could be fun to see that number go up. So I'm just going to be running with one of the presets here. I always like the Nioh presets. I'm not much of a character creator kind of guy anyhow. Maybe if someone comes up with something really cool, I might steal it. But yeah, I don't really put a lot of stock into making my own character in these kind of games. Got a nice long load screen. So with the settings here, right, the graphic settings, with my hardware, I'm running on a 6750 XT, and then the processor is going to be a 5800X3D. And you know, it's not the latest hardware, but it's also not that bad. This game's performance is about what I would expect for a Team Ninja PC port, right? It's actually not that terrible. Now, by default, the game's pre-fab settings for my hardware were, they ran well, right? It's a pretty smooth 60. But the dynamic resolution was brutal, right? And the textures would look quite ugly. Even like here at the beginning in this scripted, smaller world is pretty ugly. And then when I got to the open world, it was really bad. I think it was scaled down to like 50 or even 40%. And so I spent quite a lot of time. I'm like an hour or more tinkering with settings, right? And the anisotropic filtering and the global illumination, unsurprisingly, were big performance destroyers. So I messed with those, and I finally found something where I was running like, where's Odachi? I want to use Odachi. I was getting, you know, pretty close to 60, but not stable. 55 to 60. And that seemed like it was working okay, but then when I did the Crucible, it was dropping, and the Crucible boss was pretty bad. It would get into the 40s, and it was very choppy and hard to tell what was going on. And I got tired of messing with settings, so I kind of just gave in, and don't judge me for this. I basically maxed all the graphic sliders, turned all the processing stuff on, and I set my FPS cap to 30, and then I am frame genning up to 60. This is not something I would normally want to do, but I just got tired of messing with graphic settings, and I didn't want the game looking like a PlayStation 2 port for the videos. So this is the best thing I could come up with until somebody else does the hard work for me and lets me know what settings I need to use, or if there's, you know, a patch. So again, I don't love having to frame gen up to 60. I don't love having an action game on 30, but at least the frame pacing is consistent. And that's what's most important, right? I'll take a stable 30 over an inconsistent 40 to 60 any day of the week. And that was the biggest problem I had with Bloodborne. And I say that as if Bloodborne wasn't already 30. What did I just do? RB. That's what they want. But like, it was the instability and the frame pacing and in Bloodborne that was killing me. Made it really hard to like visually parse what was happening on the screen, for me at least. And when you would have stuff with like a lot of fur, which there's a lot of bosses in Bloodborne that have fur, it could be so frustrating to like even tell what's visually happening. And you know, obviously, you know, the game's perfectly beatable and playable with these issues, but it just frustrates me. And the same thing was happening in this game, right? Just being frustrated with the inconsistencies. So all this to say, that's why it says 60 FG at the bottom of the at the bottom left of the screen there. Okay. And Yeah, forgive me. I'm kind of just mashing through all the stuff in the. Oh, I'm supposed to be keep pulsing. Mashing through all the stuff in here because I've already played through, this a couple of times for the other videos. But yeah, it's just having me go through the tutorial here. It wants me to guard. And it wants me to dodge. Do I actually have to dodge? No, I can just push the button. Okay. Give me my gauge. Alright, what else do they want me to do here? Tasty. What do we think that the elixirs taste like? In my head, they taste like the texture of okay, let me fight this guy real quick. Oh, that's right. I don't have grapple yet. Stand up and get grappled, my friend. Okay, so I figure the elixirs have like the texture of like those no-bake granola bars or balls. So it's like a little bit moist, but also a little bit crumbly. And then I figure they have the taste of like there's those teas. They come in a red can. It's like a Chinese herbal tea, and it has just a very herbal plus black tea taste to it. I don't even know if it is black tea, but it just kind of has that flavor to me. That's what I figure they taste like. I'm trying to remember. I can't recall if the previous Nioh games kind of showcased the brutality of the yokai like this. And I'm sure they did. I haven't seen the cutscenes in a long time because I skip them after I watch them the first time. But yeah, I don't remember if like just straight up showing yokai just burning and obliterating and killing folks. On like a mass scale like this, that is. Guy reminds me of the one dude in Ghost of Tsushima, the archery guy. What's his name? Anything going on over here? I'm not Not sure if there's anything to look for here. Just proceed about my business. Alrighty. Kill this guy. Unfortunately, I don't have any of my fun tools. Out of the way, Buster. You are blocking. Oh. Right. I've learned grapple. Hooray. Oh, no, bro, what are you doing? Oh. Get him, buddy. Yeah, the Guardian Spirit being your sword in this game is so cool. I also thought the Sohayamara was very cool though in Nioh 2, and I don't remember what was going on in Nioh 1. Did William even have like a special sword or anything? I can't remember. Now see, that's what I need my sword to do. Alright, got myself a Guardian Spirit. Guhin. Hit the shrine. That thing's trying to catch up. Alrighty. Alright, that's done. Get my ninja techniques. And I did hatchets in both of my previous demo playthroughs, so let me do something different. Let's do dual swords. I don't usually use that. Give me the dual swords, please. I would like to have them. Gimme. Now we're talking. Yeah, it feels pretty good. Does that have any skills? Okay. What is this? The blender? Yeah. And then what is this? That's neat. Anything else? Nope. Looks good to me. Alright. See what we think. Yeah, that feels good. I don't know why I always hit the wrong button when I'm trying to do the arts. Also, you're alive. What is going on? again. It's RB. RB streamer. Should probably put a little more effort into trying to get behind him for the positional, because I know the bonus is like insanely big. Perish. My timing is terrible. Okie dokie. Speak with you.
ここに残るはその傷私も何なれど仕方ないはしごを下ろすゆえしばしお待ちを
Yes, go get that ladder. Yeah. Now I just need to simply learn the wall jump techniques. Do it like Yakumo does. Oi. Oh, right. Come on, Nekomata. Join the squad. Alrighty.
わしの姿が見えずとも数々の戦を生き延びてきたからな。
Hello. Good grief, the whiffing. Out of control.
地下に続く井戸とはあれのことじゃな。はれ、思い切って飛び込んでみよ。秀吉公のごとく、天下を狙う。
Oh my heavens, that damage is insane. That was like a third of his health bar in an instant. Love to see that. Yeah, earlier in the game here, I definitely did get the impression that Ninja is much better off than Samurai until you get the skills in the Samurai tree. Like, once you get deflect, that makes a big difference. And then once you get your stances, that also makes another big difference. But before then, it feels like Samurai doesn't really have a lot going for it, right? Like, Ninja has the missed step, which is, you know, free. Has the ninjutsu. Bye. It has the, massive back damage bonus. So this guy, it's going to be a scripted death, but it is possible. Well, I say scripted death. That's not quite right. You're supposed to die to this guy, but you can kill him, so I'm going to count it for my death counter if I don't kill him. I'm not really going to try that hard, though.
主のために果てたのだ。本望であろう。なぜだ、国松。将軍になるのは私だ。将軍の座は私のものだ。
Whoops, not a good start. Whoa, get me out of that. Uh-oh. Alright, so that's one death on the death counter. Let's go ahead and update that. If I can. Hello? There we go. Alrighty. I always hate it when I get slashed by a guy who wants to be the Shogun, and I end up in, like, whatever this place is. Has that ever happened to you? Strength and skill. I mean, it doesn't matter. Let's try strength. Alright, lock that in. Get out of here. So I saw the Nintendo Switch partner direct today. It was a pretty good one. There's a lot of good stuff in there. There was Paranormasight 2, which I was not expecting there was going to be a sequel or a follow-up to Paranormasight. I was very fond of that game. It was like a visual novel outlining, you know, like some horror folklore in an area of Japan that impacts people in the modern age, and, you know, to say anything else would be spoilers, but I really liked it, and I just found out about it out of nowhere on a random YouTube review that I had seen, and I was like, oh, this looks pretty good. Don't usually play that kind of game, but it was very fun. And this new one looks great. Can't really talk about it either because spoilers, but it looks fun. There's also there's a new one, a Kyoto Xanadu. I don't know anything about the Xanadu series, but just based off of what I saw visually in the trailer, it seemed like it was going to be like a Metroidvania, except you fight in 3D sometimes, which, I mean, sure, this seems kind of cool, if that's what it is. What else was there? There was, I mean, there was all the Bethesda stuff, which, like, I don't really care. There was the Capcom stuff, which I don't really care. I say I don't really care. I don't really care about the Capcom stuff on Switch too. I care about it on PC and PlayStation. Very excited for Resident Evil 9, that's for sure. I heard there was like a short film that they had done. I haven't watched it, but I hear it's quite well done. So I'm looking forward to trying that out. What else was in that partner showcase? Was there anything else? Oh, duh. The big thing. The biggest thing. Grand Blue Relink. I love that game. I find it's quite a lot of fun. And so I'm very pleased that it's getting what appears to be a pretty sizable update. I mean, now it's $30, which is not insignificant, right? But, like, I think Grand Blue Relink was a lot of fun. With that being said, the problems I had with it were, one, it has like a whole host of interesting like bosses with interesting mechanics and designs, but like 90% of them do not matter at all past the first time you fight them, right? Like the end game in Grand Blue Relink, like the only things worth fighting were like Proto Bahamut, Behemoth, and then like Lucilius. And like beyond those three fights, there were some you had to do for leveling up your weapons, such as let's see, there was the goofy. Oh, I thought I was gonna knock him down. I forgot they changed how that works in this game. They did away with the zero key combo stuff. Cool. Whatever the guy in the lava was, that fight's not great. There was the guy who is like some kind of reptile, like mechanical reptile who has drones. Actually, I remember it's Pieta, I think it was his name, and I thought his design was really cool, and I think his fight's also really cool. He just has like, same with Bahamut, there's like a lot of like unskippable cutscenes in the fight, and if you're grinding it, it's a little pesky. And more annoying was you had to like break his parts to get good drop rates on the piece that you needed, and breaking his parts could be annoying, right? Like I'd be playing Eugen with max break on his sigil loadout, and like you would kill the guy before you broke his stuff sometimes, and that was a little funny. But yeah, anyway, I'm just hoping they solve those issues, right? Like cut down on the amount of times you're stuck in cutscenes, give like value so that in-game players have a actually good reason to like fight all the content, and like that would be great. That's all. That's really all I want to see. Beyond like the obvious, like new characters, new bosses, new stages, etc. Yup. God, those skill points can't come soon enough. This no skill gaming is not the way to go. Nice try. That log rolling down the hill looked real nice in this old frame gen 60, didn't it? Yeah. Maybe I'll put some more effort into my graphics settings later, because it would be really great to have, you know, like a smooth 60 without the game looking terrible. And there's got to be a way. Like surely there's a configuration of some sort that will accomplish that goal. It's just this game has such varying like biomes, right? Like what I'm doing now is a smaller self-contained level, and so it's going to be like running relatively well. So if I found settings that looked and played well here, that wouldn't necessarily hold true once I get into the open world after it, and that's what I'm really trying to find, as a one-size-fits-all solution, so I don't have to constantly get in my dang graphics settings. Whoa, how did I do that? See, I want to do more of that. Was that it? Oh, I have forward inputs on here, I see. So, that's what we got. Nifty. Give me that. Alright, and I'm not really gonna worry about upgrading any of my gear until I get to the boss, I don't think. Oh, hello. Seemed like the posture damage on the kicks was pretty good. I'm gonna try that again on a fresh enemy. However... Oh, I found a bow. When did I find that? There's nothing up here? Okay. Well, if nothing else, it's a good vantage point to remove the heads from these enemies. Except it didn't. kill. Finish the string, coward. Why are these little thingies having such trouble like reaching me? Is that a frame rate thing? Who knows? Who knows? Oh, hi. Bye. He died as he lived, behind that building over there. Alrighty. That's a lot of goodies. Now I've gotten myself turned around. Which way was I going? Well, there's a shiny, so probably this way. Have I missed anything? I have. Let's go get that. Oh yeah, so kind of the strategy that I was operating with tentatively in the demo that I played previously was I was running like completely maxed out equip load in Samurai, like 99.7% I believe I was at. And then for Ninja, of course, I stayed in the light, 27, 28, something like that. Unfortunately, there was like only one armor set that provided that weight class to me. So I kind of just wore it, and I believe it was the Thief set, if I'm not mistaken. What is preparations? Oh, boons. Oh, that's what this is. It's my pre-order stuff. Good heavens. And then what was Battle Scroll? This was, yes. Alright, and then Guardian Spirit. Get rid of all my notifications here. Okay, I do have a choice to make here between Kusanagi and Guhin. And I should have checked these before I leveled up, actually. I don't know if I need to unlock the respecs or... Oh, that's right. I forgot. The Guardian Spirits don't work that way in this game. They want you to destroy spikes and not have stats. So martial arts damage versus martial arts key consumption. Okay, those are pretty comparable. Damage taken versus fire damage reduction. Fire damage reduction's dumb, I think. Strong attack break versus key pulse recovery. Key pulse recovery is quite good. Martial art damage. So I think Kusanagi is the winner here because I have damage on my martial arts, and I also have, you know, some form of key management with the increased key pulse regen. So I think that edges out. Oh, hello there. Zoop. Hey, where's my positional bonus? I got scammed. And I believe this is the boss right over here. It is. Pretty tiny level. Summon visitor unlocked. Don't really care about that. Right. Okay, so here's where I want to take a moment to make sure all my equipment is as strong as it can be. I've got a level 5 right now. I don't have these sorted by level, so let's do that. A lot of comparable options. Honestly, I probably would be better off with something that's not Odachi at this moment, just because, yeah, let's do Spear. Just because the Odachi doesn't really offer me too much value without skills unlocked, unfortunately, as much as I love Odachis. Okay, let's get some of this stuff on. Do I want to go heavy without, like, the skills? Probably not. What does this give me? Key Recovery, Amrita. Yeah, let's put the Scampus on. I love the Scampuses. They're my favorite. Okay, and then for Ninja, which is probably what I'm going to be doing most of this fight with. Yeah, let's just put on the dual swords here. They seem pretty fun. And for this, none of this is even in the light roll category. So let's see if anything is, and also is an improvement. This is a strict upgrade because it has an additional affix. So cool. This one, yeah, nothing good there. Okay, so we're good here. Oh, I need to equip the Scampus here as well. Alright, and then last things last, I needed to check my Samurai set because I want to make sure that I have 150 toughness. So I'm probably going to get a lot of that from this category. That's a 77.2. So the Youngblood Cuirass is going to give me the most toughness of my torsos. And now I can kind of form the rest of my set around that. Trying to hit the 150. That hits it. Is there anything lighter that will help me hit it? Unlikely. Yeah, we're just gonna run this and heavy roll. Okie dokie. Let's get him. Now, I believe when I fought this guy in the demo, he actually did kill me a decent amount. In fact, I died to him the most in the demo. I died more to this boss than I did to anything else combined in the demo, which was kind of funny that I was getting farmed so bad by this guy. I think I died 6 or 7 times to him. It's pretty funny. But, you know, it's nice to struggle in games like this. Even like this early. It reminds me of, like, in the early days of Wolong when the first guy in that game was pretty strong. And I think it makes sense that they made him weaker. Perhaps they didn't need to go as far as they did, but, like, what am I to say? Because, like, all of New Game in Wolong's pretty straightforward and easy. It's not a huge deal that it's that way, because it's just that kind of game. And, but yeah, it's nice. It's nice to get a taste of the struggle even early on in the game. He's a big old guy. Alright, foolish decision, we'll see. Let's go ahead and toss these at him. Whoops. Oh, that's right, I'm heavy rolling. Tee. Wait, what? He ran out of that posture quick. Ooh. I gotta be careful with this. That little hop on the 4th hit, I can't roll cancel out of that. That's dangerous. Looking like this might be a ripperoni for me here. Spin. Oh, I'm using spear. I forgot. I was like, this moveset is awful strange. Oh, that's a whole lot of damage I just did. Goodness gracious. Oh, he's just still going. Let's get this guy on fire real quick. Make sure I can actually see him. Whoa, nice try, Buster. You really thought? What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm gonna get you. No, I'm not. I'm a whiff. Okay, it wants me to do this. Now I haven't quite figured out like what the optimization is for this extremely cool thing, so I just kind of mashed the attacks. Although I do have whatever this is. Was that strong? I wasn't looking at the damage it was dealing. Just chuck these at you. See ya. Now, I had a lot of elixirs. I don't remember having that many elixirs in the demo. Maybe I just got them as drops, and in the demo I had used them and died, and I didn't have the drops anymore. Maybe that's what the problem was. God, the horse just casually leaping over an entire, whatever you'd call that, barrier, I guess.
かたじけない。それがしは徳川家臣本田忠勝。
Hello.
貴殿見ぬ顔だが、どこの手のものだ。
徳川。名は竹千代。
ほう、かような逸材が眠っておったとは嬉しいごさんよ。武田信玄、戦国最強とも噂されるあの甲斐の虎がついに牙をむいた。あやかしの入り混じる赤き怒涛は容赦なく我ら徳川を蹂躙。なおも牙を突き立てんと奥へ奥へと迫っておる。その赤き怒涛が狙うは言うまでもなく家康様。
Good old Lord Ieyasu.
太平を
Center
目
of
指し
trouble left and right.
若き頃より先陣を共にしてきた。殿をお守りするためならば我が身など惜しくはない。家康様の浜松城はこの先よ。追ってはおらぬな。しかしあやかしを切るとはその力 我らに貸してくれぬか。無事ついておるとよいが。
All right. Oh, whoops. Forgot we needed our history of See, they is it Japan that they call it, or JPAM, or yeah? I wonder why it's spelled like that. Because they have those quotes in all the Nioh games. I'm gonna have to look that up. Maybe that's just how that language would have spoken Japan, and it's as simple as that.
それにしても竹千代か。殿の幼名と同じとは朽木絵にしよう。殿が浜松城にたどり着くまで、それがしはここを守らねばならぬ。殿を追って合流し、力添えをいただけぬか。
Okie dokie. So, we are now in the open world. I am going to end this episode here once I finish exploring everything that's down on this little section. But I hope you enjoyed. I'm really looking forward to this game. I've been waiting for this ever since I learned about the Nioh series, which must have been, shoot, I don't even know, 7 years ago. I love this series for a long time. Been waiting for this game. Definitely gonna just blitz through it. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoy. I'll be making episodes for as much of it as I can, and I will see y'all in the next one.